7 o'clock. I'm going to call the meeting to order. I don't see the pastor for an invocation, so if we could all stand for a moment of silence. If we could all remember the Bowen family. Mr. Bowen passed away yesterday. Very involved in our community for a very long time. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, can you call the roll?
Certainly. Councilpersons Bear,
Here.
Dupre is not here, Nichols,
Here.
Ross,
Here.
Salcido,
Here.
Zor,
Here.
and Mayor Tobin.
Here.
Thank you.
I don't have very many remarks. We did have our tree lighting, which turned out very, very nice. We had a nice reception at the museum afterwards. Lots of carols were sung, cookies and cupcakes and hot chocolate. Santa was there. The kids enjoyed it. I think the trees look very nice this year. We extended it down to Fort and Southfield. Very happy with that. We also had the grand opening of Fantasyland, which turned out very, very nice. It was very, very cold, but Santa didn't mind. He was brought here by the fire truck. Lincoln Park Rails played. It was a very, very nice event. So Fantasyland is open. Make sure you go out and check it out. It's a little bit different this year. They did a really wonderful job, and thank you to everybody involved with that, everybody who donated their time, everybody who donated trees, the sponsors. Just a beautiful thing for our city. It's a gem, so please try to get out there and see that. And with that, I'll start the meeting. We're going to start with the consent agenda. A, approve minutes, regular meeting, November 24th, 2025. B, approve accounts and claims payable. C, approve lot split combinations. 2.
Move.
Support.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Under action items, A, set council meeting dates 2026.
Move. Support.
You
Your
gotta
Honor?
read it first.
I'm getting it.
I was going to, Your Honor, the resolution itself should be corrected to read 2026. It says 25.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, the resolution reads, whereas the Lincoln Park Charter, Chapter 5, Section 5 states council meeting time and place. In addition to all other regular meetings in the charter provided, the council shall fix the time and place of its regular meetings each December and shall hold at least 2 regular meetings in each month, amended November 3rd, 2009, May 2nd, 2023. Now therefore be resolved that the council does hereby set the 2026 council meeting dates as the second and fourth Monday of each month at 7 p.m., with the exception of May 25th, 2026, Memorial Day, which shall be moved to Tuesday, May 26th.
7.
May 27th, 2026?
Oh, no. 26, you're right.
May 26th, 2026.
Move. Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Too many
Straighten this
25s,
out.
26, 27.
Next, we're going to move on. Resolve that an ordinance to amend Part 6 of the codified ordinance of the City of Lincoln Park by adding Section 10 to Chapter 666 entitled Peace Disturbances be given its third and final reading and be adopted. The City of Lincoln Park ordains that Part 6 of the codified ordinance of the City of Lincoln Park, Chapter 666 entitled Peace Disturbances be and is hereby amended by adding Section 10 as follows. 666.10 Disruptive Behavior. Any person whose conduct or activity causes a disturbance to the good order, health, safety, welfare, or peace of the public, including law enforcement of the City of Lincoln Park, included but not limited to being loud, boisterous, quarrelsome, vulgar, threatening, or disruptive, which the police determine not to be criminal in nature, is responsible for municipal civil infraction, subject to a fine not to exceed $500 together with court costs.
I'll move.
Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross,
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Salcido.
Yes.
Zor,
Yes.
and Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Moving on. C, amend Resolution 2025-319 Lot Combo. Resolved that Resolution Number 2025-319 be and is hereby amended to include a third parcel erroneously admitted from the original resolution as follows. Parcel number 45-008-03-024-001, 613 Southfield, FC 24A, 25A, 26A, lots 24, 25, and 26 EXC, the NLY 54-foot, therefore a suburban park sub PC 85.92 L29 P46 WCR to be combined with parcel number 45-008-03-0021-03625 Southfield, FC 21A2, 21A1B, 22A, 23A, ELY 19.3 foot lot 21, also lots 22 and 23, EXC NLY 54 foot, therefore of Suburban Park sub PC 85.92 L29 P46 WCR to be combined with parcel number 45-008-03-0020-001 633 Southfield, FC 20A 21A1A lot 20 and WLY 10.7 foot of lot 21 EXC, the NLY 54 foot, therefore Suburban Park sub PC 85.92 L29 P46 WCR.
I'll move.
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Bear.
Yes.
Salcido.
Yes.
Zor,
Yes.
and Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Next, we're going to move on to installment of water meter project. Lisa?
Thank you, Mayor. As you know, in November, Mayor and Council did authorize us to work with Core and Main for the purchase of new water meters for all business and residential homes. To fund this project, the city's been working with Government Capital. They're a firm that works with municipalities to finance these types of projects. It's very similar to a bond type agreement. The key component of this project overall has been to help reduce the city's water loss. As you know, we've been hovering around 40%. We've now gone over 40%, so this is a big component of it. We did work with Steve from Hennessy on some analysis of the anticipated revenue capture that we will get back by replacing all of the meters. We have about just over 15,000 meters throughout the city. So we are estimating somewhere between, on the conservative side 800,000 in revenue loss up to 1.5. It could even be a little bit higher, but that would be huge for the city to recapture that. As you know, this project will take some time to get that revenue back. So we did take that into consideration when going out to bid for this project, whether we should do it in stages or do it all at once. We really feel that the best option for the city would be to go and do it all at once, but it will take some time. For that reason, we're looking at financing the project in two components. So we'll do the initial, which is what is before you tonight, for half of the project cost. And then as we get further in, closer to the end of it, we'll go out to finance the other half. So what that does is gives us a little bit of time to start recapturing some of the revenue that's been lost little by little, as well as not have to make that first initial payment while the project's still going on. So it kind of pushes that back a little bit, because we know 6 to 7 months from now, we still won't be complete. So we're anticipating about a year overall for the project. So the annual debt service for this will be $420,000 per year for the initial phase of the funding.
Okay. A resolution regarding the installation purchase agreement for the purpose of procuring a water meter project. Whereas City of Lincoln Park, the city, desires to enter into that certain installment purchase agreement by and between the City of Lincoln Park and Government Capital Corporation, the agreement for the purpose of procuring a water meter project to property, the city desires to designate this agreement as a qualified tax-exempt obligation of the city for the purposes of Section 265B3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 is amended. The city desires to designate the city manager or the city manager's designee as the authorized signer of the agreement. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Lincoln Park, Section 1, the city enters into an installment purchase agreement with Government Capital Corporation for the purpose of procuring a water meter project. Section 2, the installation purchase agreement by and between the city and Government Capital Corporation is designated by the city as a qualified tax-exempt obligation for the purpose of Section 265B3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended, and reasonably expects that it will not issue more than $10 million in tax-exempt obligations in the current calendar year as the agreement closes. Section 3, the city designates the city manager or the city manager's designee as an authorized signer of the installment purchase agreement by and between the City of Lincoln Park and the Government Capital Corporation, as well as any other ancillary exhibit, certified or documentation needed for the agreement. Section 4, the city will use loan proceeds for reimbursement as expenditures related to the property within the meaning of the Treasury Regulations 1.150-2 as promulgated under the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended.
Move.
Support.
Discussion.
Lisa, I have a question. In the government capital paperwork, it says that the estimated project cost is over 3 million, like 3.3 million. Why are we doing 10 million?
Well, that's stating that we won't issue 10 million in debt for the year.
I don't understand.
So,
Disclaimer.
yeah,
Okay.
right, that we're not,
Going-
they basically don't want to take us taking on this debt and then taking on another
Another
10 million
Okay.
per
On top of
year.
that.
Just-
Okay.
Yes, yes. And then I should add one more thing, that the beneficial part to the way that they're structuring this is that we'll earn interest on, so they place the bond proceeds into an escrow account and we'll earn interest on that, and that can be utilized towards our first annual payment, so that's very helpful.
Okay, thank you.
To the chair,
Yes.
if I may. Lisa, if we find out that the meters are correcting our problem, does the city get refunds back from GLEWA and that for this, or?
No, so we have master meters in the city that our water runs through, so when they sell us the water, our meter's recording that, and then we're selling it back to the customers, which is our residents. So our meters, Kevin, that's where our water loss comes in. So if we buy 100,000 units from GLEWA, we're only selling back potentially 60,000 units to our customers, because we have that other 40,000 is water loss.
Are we 100% sure that GLEWA's meters are correct?
Those have been tested. Do you, maybe Jim or John remembers which year?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. or how often they do it,
They
but they have.
generally do it every other year. Cleveland does.
Okay. Just making sure.
I've had a lot of questions. I just want to make a statement that the last time the water meters were replaced was 2015,
2010.
2010. So the meters are 15 years old. They've reached the end of their lifespan. The batteries for the meters that we currently have now are no longer being manufactured. So when the meters go, the batteries go, we can't replace the batteries. If we are lucky enough to find batteries to purchase, it's a 3 to 6 month wait. And they're far and few between to even find. And that is one of the issues of replacing these meters, because down the line, the further we go, we are not going to be able to make these meters we have work correctly. So the reason to do this is to get accurate reads on what we're using, what residents are using, and their water bills will be correct, instead of getting estimated bills all the time and worrying about how we're going to make the meters that have reached the end of their lifespan work. There's all kinds of talk, there's all kinds of people thinking different things, but the meters are at the end of their life, and it's time to replace them. So I just wanted to make that well known, that this isn't something that we're just thinking up with, well, let's do this. This is something that is adamantly important for us to do at this point. And this is the best plan. Lisa and her crew, everybody's been looking at this for quite a while, and this is the best plan that the engineers and everybody has come up with, and the most reasonable, cost-effective way to do it.
Through the chair. If I'm not mistaken, they do have the ability to download the app also and check their water flow
Yes.
personally.
Yes.
So anybody that would have to call the water department, you'll have an app on your phone where you can check your water loss at any second throughout the day. So that'll save the water department from sending the DPS out to try and find leaks. So it'll make life a lot easier for everybody.
Yep. And being that we sent out the initial letters to residents, just letting them know this project's coming. But as we get further into it and start installing the meters, they'll be getting more information on that and how they download the app and utilize it.
Through the chair?
Anybody else?
Yes, through the chair, Your Honor. I just wanted to add too that in the team's research and the company that they went with, Lisa helped me, because I know that I asked questions about that. And the meters that we have right now, we're only guaranteed, for 10 years, I believe,
Yes.
right? The ones we have now, even though they're, what is it? I think we have a
Well,
20-year.
We'll have a
up to-
20-year warranty, 10-year full replacement, and then it's prorated for the next 10 years. The next 5 years is, can't remember, I want to say 75%. And then the last 5 years it goes down, but yes.
So
And
that's good.
It
compared
is,
to what we
and
have now.
The city should inspect, I don't know how many of us will be here in 20 years, but
Right.
in 20 years, it will be another cycle of having to replace that's their typical lifespan is 20 years, so the city will have to look at that point a few years before, is starting to prepare to replace them again.
Yeah.
I'll
and
make
then
sure
that's-
we buy new ones in 20 years.
To the chair, how long is the expected replacement? Like 2 years, 4 years? We don't know yet?
Well, we have a full, so if something happens and there's a malfunction with the meter in 5 years, it's a full replacement. We don't have to pay anything.
I
So
think
there's
he's
no
talking about
cost.
initial,
Actually install them?
10 to
To
12
get them
months.
all installed in the city?
Oh, I'm sorry, for the full,
10 to
Yes.
18 months?
we're anticipating 10 to 12 months, but 12 months might even be a little,
Okay.
right, it may stretch out a little bit past the
Thank
12
you.
months. You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay, clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Next, we're moving on. Wade Bid, MIL, and Chief, it's
Good
your turn.
evening, Mayor and Council. Police Department is requesting Mayor and Council to waive the formal bidding process and authorize the purchase of a Milo Range Advanced Training System. This training system will enhance the decision-making skills of our police officers. The Milo system will be purchased from FAAC Incorporated, which is located in Ann Arbor. They are the manufacturer of this the system and sole supplier of it. The cost will be $28,865. The funds will come from account 410-001-983 initially and will be reimbursed through a MCOS grant, which the police department has received.
Whereas the Lincoln Park Police Department is requesting to purchase a Milo Range Advanced Training System, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize the police department to waive the bidding process and purchase a Milo Range Advanced Training System for a total cost of $28,865 from FAAC Incorporated, a sole supplier. Be it further resolved, funds for the purchase of the training system are to come from account number 410-001-983000 and to be reimbursed by a MCOS grant awarded to Lincoln Park Police Department.
Move.
Support.
Discussion?
Just a quick comment, Your Honor. Chief, thank you for applying for the grant and congratulations for getting it.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
The handsome
Thank
man
you,
in the back
Deputy Chief.
in the police uniform.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chief.
Anybody else? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We're going to now move on to the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I wanted to talk about the road plan. So as you know, we've been talking about, Hennessy's been working on the updated road plan for mayor and council. So we're looking now to set a study session date for the month of January. So I wanted to see if you had a preference for the first or second meeting of the month, if there's any scheduling conflicts. Okay, so then we'll just, if
the
there's,
first
it's
meeting?
either the 12th or the 26th. Obviously, it's very important, so I want to try to get as many.
January 12th is fine with me.
Okay, so we'll set that at the next council meeting for January 12th. We'll definitely need an hour for that. So we'll do that. And then I just wanted to update you, we had the audit draft meeting this morning. So there's been a lot going on this year with the audit. There's a lot more, it was a lot more in depth with all of the ARPA funds that they had to audit this year. So it took a little bit more time. So we had our draft meeting. One of the hot topics was the water and sewer fund. As you know, we've been dealing with cash issues for a few years there now. So we talked about what the plans are going forward. We talked about the meter project. So that's just another reason that really kind of cements it in stone that we really have to go forward with replacing the meters to capture some of that water loss. So we will be presenting the audit. That will likely be the first meeting in January. There's a possibility it may be at the next meeting, but more than likely the January 12th meeting, they'll present the audit. But there's just a lot of factors that go into the water and sewer fund, from all of the grant funding running through there, front loading the cash for that, and then getting reimbursed, as well as the water loss. So we talked a lot about that, but it was a very productive meeting. And again, we did send out the letters to the residents notifying them of the upcoming water meter replacement project. It's a big task, and I lived through the last one, so it's, you know, I have some idea of what to look forward to, but it's going to be very busy for the girls in the water office, as well as some of the finance staff and DPS as well. Bruce has been able to install a few of the meters. The supplier did give us some up front so that we could tackle some of those 200 accounts that we have on a waiting list right now. So we've been able to get a few of those in place already. Those ones are being read manually by the company on our behalf until we get all of the software in place. So they will be looking to start installing the network for reading the meters here towards the I think they were tentatively looking at trying to have it in by the end of the year. That schedule may have changed slightly, but as long as it's in by January, we'll be good to go. So that is all I have for tonight. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Through the chair, Your Honor, real briefly, Ms. Griggs. I know the Chick-fil-A is almost completed. The building looks pretty good. There's another building being erected up. Can you tell us there's going to be, 4 more units coming in the Sears complex on
Yes,
Dixon Southfield?
so the car wash is going in, we know that. They haven't really given us a whole lot of information on the other tenants yet. I know there's some interest in, not a fast food chain, but another food type establishment going in there. But I don't know if that's been finalized yet or not.
That's the latest.
Yes.
Thank you.
To the chair, did the business that was going to go in next to the Taco Bell, have they bailed on us, or?
We talked about that because we believed that it was going forward, but I do see that there's a for lease sign up over there. So I haven't heard back on whether that fell through or not, so I can find out.
Yeah, it was least chicken.
Where.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can see if there's been any update on that.
I
It was a couple
appreciate it.
weeks
Thank
ago
you.
we had talked about it. Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, with that, we're gonna move on to citizens' communication.
Department head report.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Department head report.
Well, let's call it.
DPS and Hennessy.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and audience, and I'm going to go first because Hennessy Engineering is going to take hours. I handed out to everybody before the council meeting what basically the DPS has accomplished and/or gone through between July 1 and November 30th, just to go through some of it. Coal patch, we've had 180 work orders. Coal patching purchase, 51 tons. We've done, with our road people, we've done some emergency tree removals and branch removals. We've done 2 G runs, garbage runs, twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, and that's 352 weeks out of the year. Snow events, we've had 2 of those so far where we have put out salt. Number of weeks that the streets were swept were 8 weeks, and then we got the snow and the street sweeping has stopped. Compost hauled out 398 tons. That's a lot of leaves. Utility disposal hauled out little over 3,100 tons. Salt delivered so far this year is 396 tons delivered to us, and we have ordered 16,000 tons. Road contracting services, which is our tree contractor, they've taken down so far and have been paid for 62 trees, and they've done only 3 trims. Water service orders, we've received 1,361. Water main breaks, 61. Water surfaces repairs, 54. Hydrants flush, 141. Gate valves operated, 78. Gate valves repaired, 15. Missed dig tickets, which is anybody digging in the city of Lincoln Park, they have to call to ask and request to get the utilities marked off. And we've had 1,152 of those this year. Backfill purchases for water main breaks, 462 tons. Sand purchased, 301 ton. And the 462 tons was actually 21 AA aggregate. And the next one is 301 tons of sand. Topsoil for restoration has been 40 cubic yards. Sewers. Backed up basement call-outs, we've received 18 in those 4 months. Sewers jetted, 56. Pumps repaired, 1. Flooded basement, 1. And bypassing, 0.
Any questions for Mr. Kazoo?
Nope.
To the chair.
Yep, go ahead.
Do you know what the cumulative water main break number that brings us to?
Off the top of my head, I do not. I didn't look that up before I left, but just in that 4 months, we've had 61.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, Your Honor, John, I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
Garbage runs, 2 per week. Can you tell us what that is?
Well, what we do is we pick up garbage, let's say in the DDA area, which is, let's call it Southfield and 4th Street, and then we also do the parks.
Gotcha, thank you.
And we do that on Mondays and Fridays.
Thank you very much.
John,
Yes, sir.
and this is partly Lisa as well. We did emergency run for the trash when we were having issues with Priority. Well, since Priority kind of bailed on us early on the leaves, some of our seniors can't bring their leaves to the DPS. Can't the DPS go around one time and pick up these bags that are sitting out in front of some of these houses?
If they have called for it, we'll try to make that exception to do that. But right now with the snow out there, I don't see where anybody's actually picking up any leaves. Or raking them up, I should say, out of their yards.
No, what's happening is the bags of leaves are sitting at the curb.
Were they not picked up by
They were not
Priority?
picked up.
So we can get those addressed. Priority should go back out. If they were out the last week, which I do want to correct you on one thing, is they didn't bail on it. Our contract has always been through the end of November. There's been years where we've extended it, but we didn't do that. There's an
Some of these
extra.
bags have been out
extra cost.
since November though.
Yeah, if those are out, we can get those addressed. So if we get the address, we'll make sure Priority goes out and picks them up.
I think some of them got put out after Thanksgiving, the week after Thanksgiving because of the delay. And I think that's where the problem lies. I know I've got notices from elderly people that don't know what to do with them, and they're not capable of taking them to the DPS yard. And they don't want to leave them. They've taken them back and they're going to have rotten leaves all, so somehow to address maybe one day where we can have them come back and get them or something. But there are a lot of people that have these bags.
I have addressed that with our rep, Paul, because we know, and I know that there have been, let's say, homes that were left behind, and they were supposed to have had everything picked up by this past Sunday. And I didn't see or the Sunday before, I didn't see where that had happened. And I asked them if they were going to come out and pick up what they left behind. He assured me the answer was yes.
Well, he told me that they were behind, and that was probably the problem, but I never saw anything come back after the holiday. I never saw them pick up anything after that. And we need to do something about it, because,
I can talk to him tomorrow.
thank you.
Any other questions?
We'll just need to find a way to let the residents know also.
Yeah, we'll talk in the morning once we come up with a game plan. We can put it out.
No, sorry, John, one more question.
Yes, sir.
The gentleman that had the AA batteries, let's call them household
All right.
disposed batteries. They don't want you putting them in the trash. But I communicated with all the places that we have downriver. Nobody takes those batteries anymore. You can't put out a 5-gallon bucket where people can bring AA and AAA batteries and have you dispose of them.
I'm sure we can. I would have to find a place, or the city would have to find a place to get rid of them.
I think Lowe's takes them.
If you could just look into it for me, I'd appreciate it.
Already.
Thanks, John.
And
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just on that battery, I believe Lowell's, I've seen it where if you go to Lowell's, they have a spot where you can recycle batteries.
They
Not
assured
anymore.
me that is no longer
Okay,
possible.
okay, that figures.
Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, Aco, they're all the same.
Of course, something good and they take it away.
Yes.
Okay, to begin with my report, as you all know, we're under the ACO agreement with the state of Michigan. Since our last meeting, we've submitted 3 reports to Eagle. They're listed below. As far as the DWAM DSMI grant, we talked about that before. We did do 377 service inspections and verifications. Of those, we found 81 that did contain lead services. I just want to let you know that those 81 were on the list to be and were replaced as part of the lead service lead program. So that was under a grant from Eagle. Next, we've kind of talked about it before as well. The city did receive about $60 million in grant money through the year, and that is a lot of thanks to Lisa Griggs and John Kazoo for all their help in helping us get those grants secured. The PRVs, I know we've talked about that, and everybody's anxious about that. We did receive all our permits for Wayne County and Eagle. RJ&J did pick up the permit for Wayne County on December 5th, and we're expecting them to start work on that in January, and that's weather permitting. The Emmons Bridge is under design. That's a joint venture with WyanDOT. We're still on, and construction should begin on that in 2026. We'll keep you posted as that goes. The Eagle grants, we did receive about $16.3 million in the CWSRF ARPA program, which was all grant money, so that was great. $11.4 million of that went to the Emmons and Lincoln pump stations, which is under construction right now. They're moving quickly on that, and they have most of the electrical and background work done, and we're going to start demoing the pumps this week, and hopefully we'll be starting the installation within 2 weeks of having the pumps installed. Also, as part of that grant, about $4.8 million went to cleaning and televising sewers. We're about 98% complete. We've cleaned about 95,000 feet of sewer, and we're about 75% complete on the lining, and we've lined about 24,500 feet of line, water or sewer lining. On the water side of it, we have about $11.5 million in water main work, and about 6.3 of that went to actual water main work. That was phase 1 and 2 of the water main project. When that's completed, we'll have about 29,000 feet of new water main. We'll replace about 831 water services, and of that 831, there was about 470 were lead services. So we're plugging away, getting rid of those lead services. We had $2.5 million Eagle grant. I'm sorry, we were under budget on that project, so we did get a hold of Eagle, and they are allowing us to spend about the $2.5 million that we were under on that project. So we're anticipating doing about 250 more lead service leads. With that, we also have the lead service lead replacement program grant. We had 2 of those. The first one we did approximately 600 lead service lead replacements. With the retention, next I'll go on to the retention basin improvements. So as part of the city ARPA money, we did line the influent line into the retention basin. So that work's been completed, and we're on the verge of lining the outfall pipe, which is a 42-inch outfall. The lead service line, the earmark lead service line program was about $2.4 million. With that project, we did replace 300 lead service leads in the system. Next, just to kind of give you a kind of a update on that. So we've replaced about 1,360 lead service leads under all these projects, and we have about 1,730 to go. But when you think we started with about 4,200, we're really making a big dent in getting these replaced, and all of them have been done, or the majority of them have been done with grant money. For the 2025 road program, we did do 4 of the streets this year already. We have 2 that will be coming up in the spring of 2026. Road resurfacing, we also did 4 roads there. And we did go on a different track where we started doing some of the skim coating of the roads. I'm sure you're all aware of that. We did complete about 17 intersections and road sections under that program. They're all listed below as far as what was completed. going back to the retention basin, under the ARPA money, the city did purchase 6 new pumps and a generator, and we did receive, or we did use the city ARPA money for that. And we are in the process of applying for a loan to actually have those installed under the 2026 program. On the city CDBG disaster relief program, we did receive $3 million in a grant on that, and we anticipate lining about 23,300 feet of pipe. The 2026 projects, so we did get the approval on the 2026 projects. We did receive, we have $14,790,000 in that we submitted for grants and loans. So about 12.8 million will be on a low interest loan, and about 2 million will be under principal forgiveness, which is that $2 million worth of grant money again. Listed below are some of the projects we'll be doing with that money. As Lisa kind of mentioned, we did do the Paisley rating for the city roads for the 2025. We completed that part of it, and now we're in the process of doing the transportation asset management plan, and we will be, as Lisa spoke, in early 2026, we'll be meeting to discuss some of the roads and program, the future program. Lastly, we are submitting for the 2027 for SRF and DWS, CW and DWSRF loans. And that again, the DW is for drinking water and CW is clean water for sanitary sewers. So we'll be putting together a project for that and submitting it to Eagle, and hopefully we'll get some more principal forgiveness and some more grant money. That's all I have for now.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Quick question, Your Honor.
I got questions.
Mr.
Moment,
Hollingsworth,
please.
the lead water lines.
Yes.
Are we on target to get them done by the mandated date that the state's given us?
Good question. Yeah, I think with all the grant money that we have received, we're way ahead of schedule now.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I think there's about 1,730. We are that will be part of the thing we will be doing too, is applying for DWSRF loan or hopefully grant or principal forgiveness. On the last one, we did apply for $5 million, and we received $2.5 million as part of it as a grant. So that will be coming up. So we'll be doing more next year as well.
Okay.
Plus the water main projects. As we go through those, we're replacing those as we come up with them.
To the chair.
Yes.
We had a business that was going to be making ice off of Dick's there. Did we double check his service to his business to see if it was lead or not? And take care of that?
That's news to me. I'm not sure, but that's something that we
wouldn't be their
can.
job. That would be sent from the building department.
We brought it up at a meeting 3-4 meetings ago, at least. And everybody was gonna check on it, and
You know, you have to check with building.
Well, John, you guys had the master list you were working off of, the ones that we knew were lead service lines. So there's many out there that we're unsure of.
I don't think we haven't done that section of the city yet. So that would have to be something they'd have to send the building department out to do.
they were aware of it.
Well, then check with the building department to see if they've done it.
Okay,
I could tell you most commercials do not have lead. It's more the residential. So
Okay.
I would doubt that they do, but yeah, if you give John the address, that's something
I will
we can
do
check
that.
into for sure.
Thank you. Anyone else on council have something? If not, if you'd like to address this body, please
Thank you.
stand
Happy
up and
holidays.
state your name.
Hey, how you doing today? My name's Jonathan Pennington. I got a couple questions about the street that I live on. It's Ethel. It's in between Southfield and Monty Road. There's been a lot of construction going on my road for the past couple of
Sir,
years.
if you can wait till we finish this for citizen communications.
Oh,
We're just about
oh.
done. Well, just a minute.
Well, I would like to know the streets that they was resurfacing because I believe one was an incomplete project.
Okay, you can bring that up during citizen communications. Let us finish this section. Okay, so since we're done with that. We will be moving on unless somebody else has any other questions for the department heads.
Nope.
No? Okay, we'll close it out. Now we will move on to citizen communications. You can come up during citizen communications, you state your name, you have 3 minutes to ask your questions, and we will relay you to the right department head for your answers. So come on back up, sir.
Hi, how you doing today?
Thank you.
Okay, name's Jonathan Pennington. I reside on Ethel. I've been coming to the city, talking to John and also the woman behind the desk for months, years about the condition of my road. Back in 2022, it was supposed to be resurfaced. Okay, says so the notes that are in the city hall here, around the corner right over there, there's a map. My road wasn't resurfaced at all. The road that's next to me, Wilson, it was resurfaced as indicated by the map. My road is a more unsafe conditioned road than what Wilson is, but Wilson got done before me, which I didn't understand. So I've been trying to draw an eye to this. There's a big giant 10-foot by the whole distance of the road where they just, did the water mains and where they did the water meters, and they never replaced that piece of concrete. The only thing that they did was fill it back in with, rubble. And I've even talked to Lisa Griggs more than multiple times on this occasion about, trying to figure out a solution for this. I keep going to like I said, I keep going to the city. I keep pointing out the potholes. Nothing is being done. The city, the school just got resurfaced, but only 3/4 of the one little road in between Seacott and Russell on Ethel. And I'm still wondering what's going on with that. The curb is all falling apart. I'm surprised children don't get hurt over there. And that's the complaint I've been making for a long time is that there's plenty of children that walk up and down these streets, and there's no, it's literally by a school. It's on the school. Why isn't there funds for this? I believe that there is, so when it comes down to, city management and the financial advisor, I'm asking and pleading for help over here, and I'm just keep getting ignored, and I'd like some answers from somebody, and she won't give them to me. I've asked for you, so I'm here for you. I'm here for him too. So if one of you guys can talk to me, and we can figure this out.
Please,
I'm glad you came up, actually.
you should.
Yeah, Lisa's actually I've been working with Lisa on that exact road, Ethel. That was scheduled to be done in 2022, you are correct. What happened and why that got moved is, as we started into the lead service lead program, Ethel had, I don't remember it had like 70 to 100 lead service lines, which meant in those locations, we have to dig up the road again. So as I talked to Lisa, we didn't want to pave that road and then under the lead service program, go back and tear it all up again to make the lead service lead connections. So I've talked to Lisa about that. That is definitely going to be on next year's road program. So that will be a road that gets reconstructed under next year's program.
Thank you so much.
Does that help you?
Thank you.
It don't help the road. Still ruining my car and everything. And the potholes are still there.
But we cannot spend the money to redo your road and then tear it up and redo it again.
I'm not asking that, but you guys have the water main being replaced in 2029, okay? So I understand why there's a big giant gap with nothing being done. But if the water
Okay.
main's being
Time
done,
is up.
Okay.
Anybody else like to address this body
That was
tonight?
rude.
No, this is the way we
That
run
was
the
rude.
meeting. You have 3 minutes.
That was rude.
Anyone else like to address the meeting? Anyone want to speak to us? Yes, sir. Please come up, state your name.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Olin Price. I own the property at 679 Mayflower. So when I purchased the property, after I purchased the property, they told me that I couldn't use the garage as storage. I want to say it's directly behind your house, Miss Tomlin, Mayor Tomlin. Mayflower and Pingree, I think is a side
This is
street.
the lot
Yes.
where the house burned down?
Yes. So they gave me, after I purchased the house, they gave me all these rules and regulations. I am not trying to live in a garage. That was what they started off with, that I couldn't live in. I'm like, I'm not trying to live in it. I have 2 houses. I'm not trying to live in a garage. But I would like to use the garage for what it is for storage, to clean up the lot, to maintain the sidewalks, for whatever I'd like to store in there without messing up the city or bringing, trash or cars and parts and stuff like that. I would like to use the garage what it's intended for. And I came here to listen. It's the first council meeting I ever attended ever. So I just want to make sure I do everything right. Not trying to step on any toes. I just want to be able to, I would like to build on the property. I want to be able to do things until I get to that point where I can put a house on that property.
Yeah, we'll do some checking on that. I've got your address. If you want to reach out to me in the next couple days, or I can get your contact information after the meeting
Yes, ma'am.
and follow up with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to address the body? Okay, with that, we'll go into council comments. President,
Salcedo? Thank you, Ms. Noble. Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things. I haven't been announcing all the places I've been in the city, but in the last about 3 weeks, I'm just going to list the places where I've been. First off, the Park Tire here on 4th Street. They did a exhaust repair. They're also going to rotate my tires for $20 this week. So go to the Park Tire, shop Lincoln Park. Pancho's Restaurant, Dick's just south of Outer Drive. La Finca on Capitol and 4th Street. Los Arcos on Fort and Garfield. Fort Park and Garfield. Los Charros on Dixon Goddard. Yes, I eat out a lot. I was at Vito's yesterday. Harry's Corned Beef near Champaign on 4th Street. The Park Restaurant, La Sultana Supermarket on Riverbank and Fort. This is the time of year. Please shop Lincoln Park if you can. And that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Ms. Lillian?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to start with that there is no December Housing Commission meeting. The ZBA December meeting is the 18th, and there is a use variance for 1060 Southfield before the board. There is also, I know Lisa mentioned this, I believe it was the last meeting, that there is a question and answer session with the assessor scheduled for tomorrow, December the 9th at 6 p.m., and that will be at the library. And this, I think this will be some really good, positive information for you, not just for you, but for you to pass along to others. You can ask the assessor questions about their new home. You'll learn about, well, I should say, new home taxes, how to read and interpret your notice of assessment, and what property tax uncapping means, when it happens, and how it affects your taxes. I think that with the home values soaring, that this is definitely become an issue for new home buyers. If you know anyone who is a new home buyer, or maybe someone looking to purchase, this will be something that's perfect for them. I know that I ran into a resident back during election time, actually, and tried to help explain uncapping, and in my simple terms, I was able to get through. So I know that sometimes it's just repetition that it takes. So there's that again. That's tomorrow, and that's at 6 o'clock at the library. Again, don't forget Fantasyland. The train club is there. There's the Festival of Trees. Oh my goodness, that hallway, that corridor is just beautiful. So if you can make it to Fantasyland, oh my goodness, you'll love it. You will. And then, of course, the Goodfellows No Child Without a Christmas donation box. I just want to remind you that that box is in the lobby downstairs. And that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason?
Thank you. The Library Commission held their monthly meeting last week. The library continues to be busy with lots of activity. They did have their fall book sale by the Friends of the Library back in October. They gave me the report that they made pretty close to $500 based off of that book sale. And the Hands of the City, we also did our annual library holiday craft show yesterday, and we were very pleased to raise almost $600 for the library just with one 5-hour craft show yesterday. We had happy vendors, happy visitors, Santa Claus was there and everything. And the term they were saying we've done this for 15 years, and I can't confirm that 100%, but we've been doing this for a while, and we really enjoy being able to do this for the library for as long as we have. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason?
I just want to first mention that I was extremely happy with the Lincoln Park High School for the first Goodfellow last Friday. 180 students, just shy of 180. The kids were great, very excited. The signs, they were out there all day in the cold. Really did a nice job. So, also want to say that there's a Cops Care Skate, December 29th from noon to 2. Skate rentals are $3. There'll be a hot dog lunch and beverages provided by the police department along with a bike raffle. And then there'll also be the Lincoln Park Police and Fire versus the Detroit Red Wings, January 3rd at the Lincoln Park Community Center at 7 p.m. Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 at the door. And I believe also that there's a Goodfellows box at the station. Am I correct? That's with that I just want to say good night.
Thank you. Jason?
All righty. Last but not least, but always the best, at least in my opinion. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little cocky. It's fine. We had our CIC meeting on Thursday. Everybody was in attendance. We went over the Halloween results. All the winners did receive their prizes, which they were happy with. I have seen a dramatic increase or decrease in participation with the Holiday Lights contest. I've had one nomination. There's at least 6 of us here, so I need at least 6 more nominations. So go to the Facebook page, my personal or my city email, or the Dropbox at the lovely Carrie Kerr's office. CIC meeting for December has been canceled because we don't want to have a meeting the week before Christmas. So selfishly, we canceled it. There will be signs posted the week of as per the ordinance rules. As Jason stated, we did have our library fundraiser. So roughly over the past 15 years, we've been able to donate over $8,000 to the library, which for a group of 6 volunteers and some vendors is pretty awesome. It's nice to be able to give back to the library. I joked yesterday that the $600 might get us a book and a bookmark with the way the book costs are nowadays. But Nicole is really good with spending that money and getting as much bang for the buck as humanly possible. As Lillian stated, Fantasyland's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's 4 to 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, it's 2 to 8. The week of Christmas, Monday and Tuesday will be open 4 to 8, and then 10 to 2 on Christmas Eve. Breakfast with Santa was a hit this year. All the children were well behaved, so we gave an extra good word to Santa Claus because everybody, and I mean absolutely everybody, Dennis can attest, cleaned up after themselves and they did not make a mess, and we were very proud of them. All the volunteers at Fantasyland were also thankful because, yes, we'll go around. It's not funny that last year we spent 45 minutes just cleaning the mess off the tables. And then Fantasyland took us another hour to clean up before we could open back up again. So the volunteers at Fantasyland were very grateful that everybody was well behaved. All the kids enjoyed themselves. I think the adults had more fun, especially one Sharky from the city of Lincoln Park herself was there with a nice group. She seemed to enjoy herself. Crystal from K&M, she brought a group with her too. So it's nice to see a lot of people hanging out, having a good time, enjoying their breakfast with Santa. So thank everybody that came out, everybody that volunteered their time to help us out with that. All the volunteers at Fantasyland, everybody that does that. Just keep in mind it's getting slippery outside, so if we could give like 30 seconds between cars, that'd be great. I unfortunately witnessed a single car accident on 94 last week, and it was pretty scary. She ended up going into the embankment on eastbound just before the Southfield Freeway, and her car was in a pretty bad shape. She turned out to be fine, but just please be careful. Nothing is more important than a human life, and nothing needs that to be rushed ever in your life. There's no reason for you to be going 90 or 75 or 80 on the expressway or cutting in and out of traffic. It just, please, like, I seem like there's a disconnect with what human life is about anymore. Everybody's, and it seems like a lot of people don't even care about what ends up with them. So, everybody just be careful, please. We don't have any issues, especially with it being slippery and the school still being in session. So, everybody be safe, everybody careful, everybody be nice to each other. Pieces.
I would like to say I'm very sad that I missed the library yesterday and the museum. I had car troubles and I couldn't get out of the house. And I believe our CDBG, Monique, has a question. And after that, we will call for adjournment. So come on up, Monique. Oh, look, she's even running.
Hello everyone. I just wanted to mention the uncapping conversations that's happening tomorrow. As Councilwoman Ross mentioned, my mom will actually be volunteering her time with us and attending that to provide any discussion, additional discussion in Spanish. So she speaks better Spanish than I do when it comes to technical information like that. So si hablas español y si tienes preguntas, come on out and we will be able to have that conversation with you. Thank you.
With that, I will call for adjournment.
So moved.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.